It's News Talk FM 94.3, WRHI. Chuck Boozer with Freddie Hammer.
That's right. Today we have Neena Newberry with us from Fox News Radio. And we're wondering about Barbie. Is she an inspiration or a bad role model? Because the Girl Scouts teamed up with Barbie's maker Mattel, and they're talking about be anything, do anything. Good morning, Neena Newberry. Thanks for being with us today.
And thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Sure. So what's the deal here? Who is...
Let's not give the All-American doll the bad rap here. Come on, Neena. I mean, really? My sister grew up with them. Freddie grew up with them. We've all grown up with this. Maybe it's not a good fit for the Girl Scouts, huh?
Well, I think it's definitely stirring up some controversy. One of the great things about Mattel and Barbie is just their reach. I mean, when you look at Barbie and how she's evolved over the years,
yes.
I mean, she's had over 150 careers. I mean, there have been over 1 billion Barbie dolls sold. So it's amazing how many girls have these, and the ability for Girl Scouts to really get a different message out there about what's really possible. You can be anything, you can do anything. So I think there's a lot of power in this partnership. But also, got to look at the values of the two organizations and how they sync up. And I think that's where people are really having a tough time.
Is this about body image for young women? Is this what they're really, is that where they're stepping off from? Or is it more about,
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it, right? So when you look at Barbie's physical appearance, I mean, is that something that's realistic, right? I mean, should that be the model that's out there? But I think one thing we've got to keep in mind is the importance of parenting as well. I mean, there are all kinds of dolls out there today, but in terms of those messages about your appearance and what's important and how it all fits in, I think parents have got to play a big role in that, too.
Neena, do we know why Barbie is shaped the way she's shaped, so out of proportion with a huge bust line and then...
Tiny little waist.
Tiny little waist, which would not be... I mean, there are women like this, but they've been altered. I mean,
sure,
do we know why this was the appearance of Barbie?
Well, it's interesting. The original design really had a lot to do with the ease of being able to put the clothes on and off.
Okay.
And there have been some adjustments to that original design. They've actually increased the waist size, believe it or not, over the years.
Wow.
There's certainly a look at what can be done going forward and whether they want to continue to change the appearance, but that's a key part of the brand, too.
Now, the Girl Scouts is really defending their stance here with Mattel, and they're not going to be backing down on that. So what are we going to be seeing in the next couple of years as they continue this partnership?
Well, I think there's an element here of really tightening up the message and making sure that people understand what this is really about and being able to expand their reach. When you think about corporate sponsorships, that's one of the things that they allow nonprofit organizations to do, is to really pursue their mission in a much more significant way and reach more people. So in this case, definitely reaching out to more girls and being able to have an impact. As
a leadership expert, Neena, you're a person that's dealing with this, empowering young women. Is that something that's really is it more easy nowadays, or are we still fighting a fight?
Well, I think we're still fighting a fight, but I think the good news is that there's a lot more discussion around it, and I think there's a lot more action around it, especially when you look at the fact that there are more men in the workforce that have wives or daughters who are coming into the workforce. So just thinking about the messages that they're sending and really focusing on that element of, hey, you can do it. This isn't just about fitting into one little box here, but there are lots of different opportunities here.
That's wonderful. My daughter in Girls on the Run, that's one of those programs that really does empower young women to show you can do more things than just what you look like, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at Procter & Gamble and Dove as well, some of their recent marketing too. Yes. It's really emphasizing a different way of thinking about beauty, a different way of thinking about girls and what it means to be a girl.
Neena, there's so many, the social networking thing these days, or the social sites and everything, and everybody's so judgmental, and you can hide behind this and not have a real name and stuff. There was a kid that was being bullied, a young lady was being bullied on, I forget what was the name of the site, and it was all the girls in this particular area code. So let's say it was an area code in California, like 407, and it was fat girls from 407, or little chubby girls. And when she found out she was part of this website, it destroyed her, and they talked to her and stuff. And I mean, this is just crazy these days, and I don't think people realize
how harmful
the self-image situation that goes on with young girls and how it just affects our whole society. I mean, everything is, everybody's perfect, and everybody isn't.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think there's a long way to go in terms of how girls and women are depicted in the media, the good news is I think there are more and more organizations that are focusing on what those images really look like, what those messages are that are being sent. So I think we're starting to have some good discussion out there, some changes, and I think with this partnership between Girl Scouts and Mattel, I mean, certainly with the controversy, I think more people are taking notice. So I think we're headed in the right direction.
I think so, too. It's good. All right, Neena Newberry, she's a leadership expert. And nice to have the insight that you have about this for young women and Barbie and Girl Scouts.
Yes, good stuff.
Thanks, Neena.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you, Neena.
You too.
It is News Talk FM 94.3 WRHI. We have 14 past.
Girls can earn patches. They can earn the Be Anything, Do Anything patch with this.
Who has the 3-year deal? The Mattel?
Mattel and the Girl Scouts have come together
a 3-year deal.
So you're going to see probably the cookies be affected by that? You know, I'm wondering if they'll have the printing the boxes differently.
They've got everything. They've got Nurse Barbie. They've got Malibu Barbie. They've got Divorce Barbie. She gets all of Ken's stuff. I mean, it's just
terrible.
It's fabulous.
They need to make sure that she's not nurse practitioner Barbie, but she's surgeon Barbie. You know, it's like that's where they sort of fall short. Like, make sure that the girls have careers that. Sure, they can have a nurse Barbie, but they shouldn't have a surgeon Barbie.
They've got Dr. Barbie, but she's already checked into the Affordable Health Care Act, and she says that won't be covered. So, that's...
And her feet are killing her.
Yes.
Those tiny little shoes.
It is little bitty feet, aren't they, for a woman that weighs
on her
that?
toes.
Yeah. All right. Isn't it interesting, though, of why she was shaped this way, too? I thought...
Yes, to put clothes on easier. It's not about body image. It wasn't in the 30s or whenever, the 05s when they did it.
Oh, we can change that thought. Yeah. All right, 16 past.